Hi everyone. So this week I was still playing around with granulating colors. I found that my last week's video was extremely popular and I wanted to experiment more with some of the granulating colors that I have, and this time I want to do something really abstract but still being influenced by the things I see in nature. So I was playing around this week with some tree photos and paintings. This is a painting I did of a cypress tree many years ago. I don't have the original anymore because it's sold, but I kind of liked that painting. I also printed off some pictures of tree shapes that I like. I love this sort of tree shape with sort of umbrella shape at the top, and this is a cypress tree. I like that shape. I like that. And this is a beautiful cypress with gnarly trunks. So I was thinking that I'm going to take what I remember about the cypress and create something much more abstract. And this time I'm going to use two granulating colors and two non-granulating colors. I'm using Cascade Green by Daniel Smith and Green Apatite Genuine, and I'm using quinacridone Gold and quinacridone Burnt Orange. These are not granulating paints. What I'm going to do is, I've got a hair there, is I'm going to spritz the paper. This is Arches hot press paper, my favorite paper, and I'm just going to spritz it with droplets. And I'm not thinking about painting the trees, I'm just thinking about shapes, because I want this to be an abstract. And I'm thinking, I like the shapes of the cypress trees, and maybe I'll do another little one here. And I'm going to drop in some Green Apatite Genuine also in parts of this, and I want this to drop down also, and I'm going to take some of the quinacridone Gold, which I'm going to use for sort of backgrounds here and there. I guess I could have added the background first, but why not make it difficult for myself? I'm just thinking abstracts. I haven't really got a plan, so I'm going to take some of the burnt orange and maybe see if I can make some gnarly shapes. And I'm keeping this wet. I'm just, this may never work out, but I'm liking what's happening here. And I'm going to use some acrylic ink as well, and I want to have some more of the granulating Apatite Genuine as well. Now, I'm not thinking about tree trunks, it's just shapes, but I'm influenced by trees. And I really am enjoying what's happening right now. I like what's happened here. Now, I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to put some acrylic ink into this, and we have to remember that everything dries so much lighter, and it doesn't matter what color you add in here, because it's abstract. It's time to add some acrylic ink. I'm going to do the burnt umber rather than the sepia ink, which is a bit darker. And I'm going to use my narrow pipette. You can get these on Amazon. I actually have them in my store on Amazon, and it's like $6 for 100. And so I'm sort of being careful where I go with this. And this is where you can really overdo it. And I want to be extremely careful not to do that. And I'm sort of getting to that point. So I think what I'm going to do is take some granulation medium and get some of this to granulate and maneuver my board a little. I kind of like what's going on now, right now. And this is just, it's almost like a warm-up exercise, because you are basically just putting down shapes on the paper. And I want to define that a little bit more and maybe add in some green apatite. But now you see I've added in too much, so what I'm going to do to that is add some granulation medium to that and just run this sideways. Keep that shape of the tree, top of the tree. In fact, I need to put this flat now, and I think I want to put a little bit of wet green apatite genuine in parts of this. I love the way the Cascade green turns partly blue in places, so I don't want to lose that too much. We're losing this little one here, is disappearing. I think I'm just going to use Cascade green there and add a lot of water to it. And it doesn't matter that it's running down there, you see, this is all, it just makes for an interesting abstract. Now I think the danger is that I could ruin these treetops. I just put acrylic ink into my clean granulation medium, but I suppose that's okay because it is what I use it for, but I like to keep it clean. So I like what's happened here. Just going to put a bit more granulation medium in there to have some of this green granulate. I do think I want to add a little more acrylic ink on this trunk here, and then I'll use some more granulation medium too, and be more careful this time about which pipette I use. So yeah, that makes it more interesting. I think we could make this a more interesting trunk. I just want to have some more granulation going on at the bottom here. I think at this point I'm going to let this dry. I really like what's happening, and I don't want to ruin it. So yeah, I'm going to put it flat and let it dry. Now that it's somewhat dry, I'm still waiting for the acrylic ink to dry a little bit, but I can work on some things that I want to fix. I want to do a little more texture here, so I'm just going to take some of the quinacridone burnt orange and spritz that so it's just nice and soft. Actually, I wanted to have a little more texture. I don't want that to be too definite. Let's see. This treetop here could have actually come out a little more here and be a little larger, so I'm going to actually hope I don't mess it up, but I'm going to attempt to do that. And I want to take some very wet Cascade green and just, can even add it, let it fall down here in this area, and maybe no, I think I'll leave it on that side. This treetop could have been a little bigger, but I'm sort of running out of space there. Well, I like the way that's run down like that. It's created another interesting lot of texture there. And this Cascade green really breaks up when it's really wet and it granulates. I don't want to look like it's pasted on. I'm not that happy with the shape of this tree, so I might just try to improve on that too. I could have put too much water there now. Maybe I'll take a little thicker paint. Yeah, I did put too much water there. I'll bring this shape down here because it looked a little too, I don't know, the shape wasn't right, so I don't want to make it too dark either. Here's my little spray bottle. Okay, I like this better now. Oh, that's better. I got some shape there. It just, you know, if something doesn't look right, experiment. I'm not going to do anything with the trunks because it's all abstract. The only thing that I'm looking at right now that's bothering me is this little bloom that formed here, and it looks like a kidney, so I do want to get rid of it. And I'm going to take my scrubber brush and just go on the outside of this sort of kidney shape and just actually scrub it out. And maybe what I'll do is put a little bit of quinacridone gold there. That'll sort of get rid of it. I like that, to have a little bit of yellow in there, and I think we need a little bit of, just a little touch of yellow here. I just want to get rid of this pure white there. Otherwise, I'm happy with this. If you want to paint an abstract painting, base it on something, whether it's just shapes that you saw, something you saw in nature, and then try to abstract it instead of painting it exactly as it is. I had a lot of fun doing this. Remember that I always list the materials below the video. Just click on show more if you're on a computer, and on your mobile just click the down arrow. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.